The lake right here behind me was here before the town. It was here before the Northwest Mounted Police post. It was even here before the railroad. But what's interesting is there's a fight right now over what level this lake should sit at. And the true story that nobody really is talking about, we're going to get into details on this. Well, welcome back to Outdoors with Griff. Sorry about the wind noise, but you know what? This is an important topic for the day. I wanted to get down here where the outflow of the lake I live on, Shoal Lake, happens. This lake predates really the town. It appears on the Palliser map of 1865 before any settlement was here. Indigenous people and Métis people, the buffalo hunters, they knew this lake from the Carleton Trail era. The Northwest Mounted Police had set up a detachment here back in 1875. It's to monitor the Carleton Trail traffic. They had barracks, boarding houses, blacksmith shops, stables, even a general store. Mail came here 3 times a week from Minnedosa, and that was the nearest telegraph and railway station in the area. The town was of Shoal Lake was almost here. It was, encouraged and surveyed for a new town called Burlington, hence the name Burlington Beach. But the railroad went to the north end, went there in 1885. That's why the town is where it is today. Without that railway decision, this community is on the opposite end of the lake. This lake is 9 kilometers long. I've been fishing it for 30 plus years. Boating, fishing, swimming, it's all here. The Carleton Trail. You know what? That trail ran 1,440 kilometers. It went all the way from the Red River Settlement to Fort Edmonton. Connected fur trading posts and buffalo hunting grounds. Shoal Lake was really just a rest stop. Manitoba's only official Northwest Mounted Police Museum. It's a replica of the 1875 barracks and is just down the street from my home. So the lake level debate. Honestly, tourism is critical to our local economy, and the Yellowhead Municipality has been formally studying this lake for years. I'll add in the description documents that exist. The 2018 Shoal Lake Water Quality Report, the Shoal Lake Ecology Study. It was a fisheries assessment done in 2019. But this lake level is a huge debate in our community. This structure that you're seeing right now is how they control the lake levels. And as you can see, it is wide open and the lake is going down. I'll reference all the reports, in the description, but the latest one from 2025, basically, it talks about the outlet control structure and the levels. And, nobody's really talking about the actual phosphorus that's coming into this lake. And you know, the huge algae blooms that it causes. I can reference, you know, it's similar to other lakes in Manitoba, like Lake Winnipeg, and the struggles they're going through. So those oxygen levels get depleted, and we, of course, end up with huge winter kills and depletion of our stocks. It's sad. The entire debate is about where water leaves. Nobody is talking about where it comes in. One of our new aeration systems. This little shed is where the pump is located. And like I say, one of two aeration systems on our lake. And they add to the health of the lake. Walleye, northern pike, and perch keep healthy, you know, year-round from these facilities. Master angler and trophy fish, all been pulled here from Shoal Lake. You can hear it running. Without aerators, you're going to have winter kill because fish die from oxygen depletion under thick winter ice. Most people drive past, you know, equipment like this and they don't even think about what it does. Walleye and pike spawn in weedy margins, and we need those areas intact. And you know what, if the levels are too low, we you know, those areas dry out, and if the water levels are too high, the wave action, you know, gets rid of all the vegetation that these juvenile fish depend on. Instability is what kills, and right now that's what's happening. Well, where the water comes from. Our lake sits at the south side of Riding Mountain National Park. So everything to the north of town, you know, farmland between the park boundaries and the lake, it drains all downhill. The lake is at the bottom of the bowl and it collects everything above it. Productive farmland equals fertilizer, and that equals phosphorus. Phosphorus washes into a closed lake system and feeds algae. Algae blooms kill oxygen, and eventually they kill the fish. Well, out here looking out just in front of my home, the north side of the Shoal Lake. You know, just some points to go over. The aerators, they're just treating the system. They're not the cause. Higher water does not solve phosphorus loading. It just adds more volume. Lower water does not stop phosphorus from coming in from the north. Nobody is reducing the load at the source. So the actual conversation is, you know what, where the water's coming in. And we can reference this by the 2018 Water Quality Report. The data exists, it just needs to be managed. This lake has carried 150 years of history. Plenty of people care about it. That part is definitely not the problem. When the debate becomes more about docks, property values, and jurisdiction, the lake stops being part of the conversation. All I'm saying is we can do better than that. Let's make some fantastic memories out there on the water. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you next week.